There's been some strong growth in tourism in Anguilla. To what do you attribute that?
Well, I think over the last year, growth has been 8.2%, and as we look forward to 2017, 2018, we would attribute the success would be the fact that the Four Seasons brand have decided that they would love to have the brand in Anguilla, but also in more recent times, the fact that the Belmont Group have decided that they want to purchase and have purchased the Capchaluca Hotel. Uh, Anguilla is a destination over the years that have been rated very highly, and sure they've been challenging times, but we would like to think that going forward, that the basis that has been set that we can build on, and I would like to think that will prove to be successful going forward.
Um, Last January, I believe, you broke a U.S. Visitor record. To what do you attribute that? Is that related to that campaign, the new campaign initiative that you enacted?
Well, what I would like to think is that wherever there is some success, it didn't just fall from the sky, but that is some hard work that's been done on the ground. And the PM group, headed by Noel Mignot and Alison Ross here in New York, must be given a lot of credit for that because they're the ones with years of experience have obviously decided that they understand exactly what is required in order to get the North American visitor to visit us in Anguilla. And as we go forward, we intend to build on that.
Let's switch to cruise for a bit. You recently did some improvements to your cruise terminal at a huge expense, um, hopefully to be rewarded pretty quickly. Where are your cruise numbers now in terms of, let's look at periods as it relates to first well, fourth quarter 2016.
Well, I think for us, as we go into the cruise period or the cruise sector, it is something that we're looking to further invest in. Right now, we rely very heavily on the cruise market that comes into St. Martin for day trippers. We offer a dolphin experience and swim with a dolphin experience in Anguilla that we will look to build on. But over the next year or two, or in fact going forward, it is an area that we definitely will look to build on. Our cruise experience right now is limited to Road Bay in Sanderground. There is not a great deal of investment, direct investment that's gone into it. I think the destination is more what sells rather than or input at this point in time.
Is there any initiative to turn those cruise passengers into stayover passengers?
Well, that is the whole idea. It's surveys have proven that day trippers or cruise trippers that would come visit your islands, they almost on a fact-finding mission. And with that, we would like to think that we've created a positive impression, first impression for anybody who comes to the island to say that going forward, that it's an island that they definitely would come back not just for a few hours or for a day, but for a week or two. And again, that control is with us. We need to create that positive impression.
One of the reasons for that is it's a question actually. Is that because the cruise industry has made staying on the cruise so attractive that cruise passengers don't spend as much as they used to years ago. They'll come, they'll go to a regular bar, they'll go spend money. But if the cruise industry makes that staying on the cruise more attractive, I can see where the spend from the cruise passenger goes south.
Well, I think it's a win-win situation for both. The fact that if the cruise shipping actually is going to bring visitors to our island, we need to make sure that it's important that they actually can continue to grow within themselves. But if you visit an island for the first time on a cruise trip or second or third time, there's something in you that would say you could either, when you choose that, if you want to stay on island for a week or two, then that this is an island that you'd like to go to, or also recommendation when you talk to family and friends. about islands that you visited. They may not necessarily be into cruise tourism, but they will probably want to get from A to B and spend some time on within that destination. And this is where every island, not just Anguilla, they've got a great opportunity to create that positive impression and display that it's an island is worth visiting, not just for a day, but for a stay over period of time.
Are there any challenges in terms of attracting uh, visitors to Anguilla from the rest of the Caribbean?
Our challenge for that is there are a couple of challenges, and it's mainly right now is the cost of inter-island travel, and it is a crying shame that if you want to travel from Grenada to Anguilla or St. Lucia to Anguilla, it takes you almost half a day. It's probably easier to fly to Miami and then fly down and get there before someone who left and ended up in Antigua and spending 6 hours before they can get a flight to St. Martin. And then if you arrive there late because Iliad was late, you have to overnight. We've created some of these issues ourselves. One of our challenges in Anguilla, and as a government, we would love to knock down these barriers, is that being an overseas territory with responsibilities to Great Britain, is that certain Caribbean nationals, whether from Guyana or from Jamaica, you'd require a visa. We talk about one Caribbean. That has not been one Caribbean. I know our Chief Minister, the Honorable Victor Banks, is totally opposed to this. And as the government, we intend to knock down that barrier to feel that as Caribbean nationals, we're one, and there should be no restrictions. Of course, unless you've got issues with the law, because we still have to protect our borders. That if you've got a divine right, then you should be there.
How is that being addressed now, and how do you intend to knock down that barrier?
Well, it is being addressed within government, within executive council, and it is something that as we go forward, we want to make sure that when we talk about being one Caribbean, we are actually one Caribbean, and not say it, but not walking the talk.
Say, I've been to Anguilla once, truly enjoyed it, and we certainly intend to spread the word, get the word out there.
Well, the, what we pride ourselves on, if you come there once, and exactly what you said, I don't need to add to that, is that you would encourage others to visit Anguilla. And again, we love to think that once you've been there, you'll see it fitting to come back again.
Continued success.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much indeed.